morning, friends. It's Crystal. Welcome back to my channel. I am still cold from being outside shoveling, but it needed to get done because the delivery drivers should be here within the next couple of hours delivering our entertainment center downstairs. So we are super excited for that. I know I said that word like 40 times in my haul video. I'm so excited for this. I'm so excited, but it really is, you know, it's one of those things where we've lived here now for 7 years and we've always, or at least I've always said, oh, we'll eventually get downstairs and, you know, make it more art style and change things out. And so now that it's finally happening, it's almost hard to believe at this point, but we've been using it so much downstairs. I don't want to talk about it too much, but so we're excited about the furniture to get delivered. It's also the presidential inauguration day, so I have that going on in the background. I'm a little bit confused as to what time it actually starts because I don't know which time zone they're like. I'm just really confused. So I'm just going to have it on and watch it probably throughout the day and see how everything unfolds. But we did actually just make a Target run. I thought we were out of dog food, but turns out we had a little bit, so I just went ahead and kept the order. So now we have plenty of dog food on hand for Bailey. And I picked up a few like greenery pieces that I thought I would add to the entertainment center now that it's going to be delivered. I'm like, I have like nothing to put on the shelves like plant wise. Like I've used like all of my plants or have spots for everything. So I just picked up like a few greenery so I can show you everything I picked up from Target. I did also vlog a little bit yesterday, so I think what I'll do is we'll start with yesterday's video of me putting together the bookshelf downstairs for my husband's like man area, and then also removing and getting the TV stand, the old one, out of here. So we'll watch yesterday's and then come back and see me for a little mini Target haul. Who else watches Cobra Kai or has watched Cobra Kai? I put on last night's episode, or the one we watched last night, one of them, because I fell asleep and missed it. But we've been loving it. Some of our friends actually recommended it. If you remember Karate Kid back in the day, it's kind of a spin-off with the same characters. Give it a try. I think you'll like it. It's cheesy but funny, and it keeps you kind of interested in it. It's really good. So I'm going to put that on. But today's project is building the bookshelf that I purchased for kind of my husband's more like man cave area. We're going to get rid of a smaller bookcase and fill up a wall with this one. So I have one box already taken apart with the metal or the hardware. And this, I believe, is all like the wood shelving. So I have my work cut out for me. But I will say, I'm glad I'm doing this while the boys are napping because they are like obsessed with styrofoam and like crumbling it into all the little pieces and driving me a little bit crazy.
Looking for my mother's eyes as I'm staying close to the a lock of gold, a secret smile, little things I remember. Place a hand upon my heart as her, she was a believer. Sometimes I can feel her arms holding me as forever. Time changes.
It literally took me one episode, 26-ish minutes, I think. Is that how long? About 26 minutes to build this bookshelf. And oh my gosh, it is huge for one, but it is amazing. I love this. You can just smell the wood when you open the box. It smelled so good. It's huge. Like, oh my gosh. I'm like nervous now. I did measure the wall, but I'm still nervous that it's not going to fit for some reason. I don't know why, but this is really nice. Really nice. So I actually still need to move out the old one and take some pictures to sell it on Facebook Marketplace. So I need to do that before I pull this back there. This is my husband's little area. We call it the man cave because it's kind of a little cave back here in the basement. But I just painted that wall black like last week or 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, I think. Not even. But the intent is that the bookshelf will go onto that black wall, and we're going to get rid of this little one over here. I thought about trying to make it work somewhere else in our house, but honestly, there's just nowhere for it to go. So that one's going to go, and the new one is so much bigger, but you can just see he's outgrown this one with all of his books. He collects golf books, chess books. He also loves John Grisham, so just like a random mix. So definitely needed something bigger, so I'm really excited. I think he's going to love it when it's all said and done. But I'm kind of sad because this bookcase, now that I'm thinking about it, this used to have when Macy was a baby, like we put her toys in here, so I'm kind of sad to see it go. But yeah, I think it's going to go very well over here, and I'll have to scoot the futon. I don't even know if we're going to keep the futon. I'd like to, just because it's an extra bed if ever needed and a little spot to sit back here. So we're just gonna have to see how it all, I guess, comes together once I get the bookshelf back there. Quite the difference in size, but I love it. I love the wood popping off of the wall. And this bookshelf would even work on this wall because it has like an awkward window up there. So I suppose we could flip it that way if we wanted to, if we're having a hard time fitting it with the futon. But it really doesn't look too bad. Once I get this shelf out of here, then we'll have a better idea. But I need to move all of the heavy books off so we can pull it out. So I moved all the books over. It looks good, and he has room to grow, which is also really nice. The thing that I learned is that he has books from his, I don't know, when he was a teenager in there. So before I go through and like style it and organize and just make it look really nice, I'm gonna have him go through these books and see if we can't donate some, because there's some in there I know he is never going to read or reach for again. So I'll see if he can't do that over the next few days. But I love the shelf. Did I say I love it? I love it. So I do think that it fits really well. We're not going to move any furniture. It'll work. I mean, we're not down here all of the time, but he does play bass guitar, and so he has like his amp and a stool and of course his guitar. It fits perfectly back in that corner. And it actually kind of blends in with the wall, which is really nice. So I'm just going to leave it like this for now. Also, I'm getting a little bit hungry. But yeah, I'm very happy with how this is turning out. Can't forget his putting green either. So funny. But instead of a rug, he gets a putting green in here. But I should mention too, it did come with like an anti-tip kit. And I'm going to have him install that on this wall just to make sure it's secure, so the kids don't try to climb it or anything like that, which I don't think they would, but you just never know with boys. Moving cardboard is the worst. I just don't like it. Also, going down today, we are taking this TV stand out of here because tomorrow the new entertainment center comes and will fill up this entire wall. So I cleaned it all out and moved everything out of the way, and we're actually going to give this to my mother-in-law just like a couple of blocks away. So my husband and brother-in-law are coming over to move it tonight. So I just cleared everything out, and I know a lot of you said, Crystal, you should paint this, but you guys, it scares me to paint like nice furniture like this. I'm afraid I would ruin it. Plus, I just want something, I think, that fills up this wall, because right now it's just kind of this awkward area over here. Nothing really looks right. It's just off-centered. So I definitely think the entertainment center is going to work a lot better. And I really don't want to mess this up. So I think this is just going to look beautiful in our house. And I'm glad it's going to a good home. So we are saying goodbye to the cream TV stand. And tomorrow is when the magic will happen. Say bye.
Bye. Yeah, I think we're going to stand it on end.
And just like that, it's gone.
I can pull a table like him.
No, you can't.
Yeah. And Mommy, what?
I'm watching.
Mommy, what's this? Mommy, what's this?
I'm watching.
It's on the bin. Then that's the
I just arranged all the pillows on the couch. I should mention too that I had to change my shirt because normally if I find like a stain on it or whatever, I'll just let it be for the day. Everybody okay?
Yeah.
Okay. But it was like right here. I'm like, I can't, like on camera, you guys would be looking at this like spot on my shirt. It must have been like coffee or something, I don't know. But anyways, I did change. This is that Amazon sweatshirt. It does wash really well, so I'm probably gonna go look for more colors in it at some point. I just haven't got there. But I have my Target order here, so we got the dog food, and the other thing that we needed, I just got some baby wash. I am like soaking up the years. I can still use baby wash on the boys because it always smells so good. So I'm trying a new one today. This is Baby Dove. They didn't have a ton of different options available in store. They must be kind of low stock on a few things. So I got the Dove baby wash and the dog food and then my little bag of greenery right here. So I think what I'll do is just lay it out on the counter. But I have to say this too, it's always the same person who brings out my orders. And she just, I mean, I do have a Target problem, but she just really probably knows I have a Target problem. But anyways, I'm gonna lay this out. Not a ton of stuff. Well, I take that back. There's one other thing I want to share with you too that I picked up that is like gorgeous. So I'll grab that as well as what's in my little bag here. Call me the faux plant lady, but I told you guys I really want to up my game with my greenery and florals. Now none of this is really florally, but I will definitely be using a lot more greenery than florals. And so I just had to hop on this. I'm just a huge fan of the Hearth and Hand greenery. I always have been. And so I just wanted to make sure to grab a few things for downstairs because it's kind of lacking right now in that category. But I saw this fern, it's like a potted fern at Target. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is gorgeous. Like it's huge, very like rustic farmhouse with the pot. It's gorgeous. And I think this is part of the Studio McGee line, which our store doesn't really ever get any of their items. This was like one of the things that they had. So I was like, I love this. But I don't think this is going downstairs. I think I might put this in my office area. Maybe on the piano, I don't know yet, but this is just beautiful. And I wanted to kind of step out of the box of always buying like my fiddle leaf fig trees and plants, like trying to mix up the different styles that I have. So love this plant. They also have a smaller version, so I'll link both of them below. And this one I am obsessed with from Hearth and Hand. This is just a hanging plant, and I don't think online does this justice, but it's in like a really cute ceramic pot. But the way that the leaves fall is just really fun and unique and different, and it looks so realistic too. So I picked up one of those. I'll link all of these down below if I can. And then these I actually picked up to go on our entertainment center. I got two because I want to have like, I want to do some items symmetrical, like one on each side, and then we'll of course mix things up a little bit. So I just got two of the same thing. Very cute, a little bit different. I don't have anything like this, and they're in like little gray ceramic pots, and these were $4.99, so they're a pretty good deal actually. So got two of those and need to kind of fix them. It looks like this leaf is a little bit wonky. Is that a word? We're gonna say it is. And then just a few of these small little greenery picks to add to a lot of my bud vases I have. I just really like how simple they are. Just a little pop of green. And then these, you guys, I went crazy on plants. I don't know what I was thinking, but I'm gonna put these in a vase as well. But I just like the shape of the leaves and how they look. Like I said, I'm just truly a big fan of the Hearth and Hand line in general, but greenery and florals especially, like almost everything in my house that's greenery specific is from Hearth and Hand because I just love it that much. So yeah, plant lady for sure. Full plant lady though, like real plants, I just can't do it. I don't have, I feel like, good spots to keep plants alive around here with kids and pets. It's just something I don't want to really try at this point, but maybe someday I will. But yeah, I just don't have good luck with real plants. So we're just kind of waiting now until the guys get here. They could be here to deliver it within the next hour. They gave me a window of 11 to 2. It's 9:45, so we have a little bit of time. The boys are downstairs though, and I can about guarantee you they have a huge mess, so I need to go clear a path for them too. But anyways, let's hang out today. I had to hang up this one right here. I just love like how, can I call it flop? I'm gonna call it my floppy plant. It's so cute. It's perfect right by our front door off of those hooks. This plant too, I think would make a really easy centerpiece. I'm gonna just try it for now. Like it's like a really good size. Yeah, that is, it's super cute without being like too much. So that's an option too. I'm just gonna play with my plants for a while. That sounds really bad. So I ended up making banana bread while we were watching TV, and we had lunch, and all kind of in the middle of that, the guys did come. They came actually right at 11 o'clock and delivered our entertainment center. So it turns out it was not a sick joke like I was thinking. It is here, and it's honestly, it's the perfect size. Like it looks really good in this room. I'm still kind of getting used to it. You know, when you order furniture online, you don't get the exact color that you think it's going to be. I was thinking it was going to be a little bit darker, but honestly, I think it looks good though. It'll work very well for us. No, I actually did order it through Ashley Furniture, which I know you either kind of love it or you don't type of thing. But at kind of the stage of life we're at with the kids being little and this being kind of a hangout space for them, we don't really need to invest in, you know, high-end furniture or anything like that. Like this will serve its purpose. So it's not like real wood and amazing and incredible or anything like that, but we love it and we're really happy to have it. So let me show you what it looks like. What do you think, Bailey? Do you love it? It is quite the difference, but it, like I said, it fits this wall just about perfectly, and it's really nice because over here it doesn't stick out as much, so it actually feels really open right when you walk into the room. But this is the Trinell, I think is how you pronounce it, Entertainment Center, and I decided to go, they have like this whitewash wood like our bedroom set, but I didn't want to go like too feminine. Like I want this to be like a hangout space, a sports watching area, that kind of thing. So kind of like that happy medium. Also, we just have more darker furniture downstairs, so I decided to kind of stay with that theme. And like I said, I understand it's not real wood. It's going to probably take a beating over the next few years as the kids get older, but I'm totally okay with that. But yeah, it fits perfectly. I think I'll do baskets in these two and I'll move some stuff around, but my husband was here for lunch and helped me put the TV back in, so it's all set up. It works great. And I love it. I really do. It's really fun too because there's lights under each pier, and I have them plugged into our lamp outlet, so whenever our lamps are turned on, then those will come on as well, which is really nice. So I started kind of just playing around with some of my decor that I've shared, and of course this is kind of Madden's little video game corner, so we'll work around that. But on this top shelf over here, I put one of the Target dollar spot lanterns. I actually have two of those, so I was like, oh, it's perfect. I'll put one on this side and one on the other. They're not clean yet, but I'm just kind of pulling things out of my storage room. But my little plant I shared with you, and then this was that grateful and blessed sign from Kirkland's. I think it looks perfect, like especially with the lights on, it just really glows and it stands out. So I think what we're going to do is stick to like 3 decor pieces per shelf and stack some books probably on both sides. I just pulled some of these books right here to put on the shelves. They are glass shelves just so the light shines through. And so lots of decorating to come. It does have a shelf up above the TV to put some things, so we'll see what I end up doing there. But here's kind of a little peek at what it looks like no issues whatsoever with it. I think what I'm going to do the rest of the afternoon is just try to work on styling these shelves a little bit. I don't think I'm going to get it like completely finished. I'm sure I'll have to go out and pick up a couple more things because they're pretty big like cubbies. And I didn't want to do too much shopping beforehand because it's always different when you see it in person. What you expect is never what it actually ends up looking like. So anyways, I'm just gonna pull out a few things. My storage room is right there, that white door. So shouldn't be too much work, and let's style these shelves, or at least try to. Here's everything I've gathered so far. This is my Kirkland's wicker tray. I was like, oh, I'll just carry everything out in it. And now that I'm looking at it, it may actually fit in one of those cubbies for now, at least to give me an idea if I like that sort of color of like a basket, or if I want to do something darker. So I may actually end up using this today, but it'll most likely not stay there for good. But lots of candlesticks, bud vases, dough bowl. I actually use that for like remotes and stuff, so that might be actually kind of cute on the shelf. I wasn't even really thinking. And then this was a vase from the Target dollar spot that I wasn't using. It's part of their, or was from fall, but just sitting in my storage room, I thought I would give that a try too. So just some random things to play with, and we'll see, I suppose, what all comes out. But I wanted to do like more like white tone since the furniture is very dark, and I'm kind of liking how the light shines down on the white pieces. It really seems to brighten it up. So it's kind of what I had in mind while I was pulling some of these decor pieces.
I feel like I've been here before, familiar with the view. This ain't nothing new. And every time that you walk through the door, I'm hit by the same old side, blinded by the lights. And I'm going through changes, but it's easier with you. I'm going through changes, and so are you. I live for the moments when you're around me. I know you've got secrets, but I can't keep on. And we're fading in and out together. The fuse
I went and grabbed one of these faux books. I've had it on my front entry table for, I don't know, 2 years. It's time to mix things up. But this just needs to be a little bit higher, and I don't think I'll put the remote in here because the kids won't be able to reach it. At least they'll probably like climb or try to climb. But maybe that'll work. And I'll just put like my chapstick or lotion in there because I always have to have that in every single room. I have a chapstick hidden, so I think that works. I'm sure I'll change it around, but I really like this side right now, except for the top shelf. What I'm going to do now is I'm quietly going to shop my house. I'm just going to walk around, and if there's something I think that might work, I'll grab it and bring it down here and try it and decide at that point, I guess, where I like it better, and we'll go from there.
got secrets, but I can't keep on. And we're fading in and out together. The fuse wide open, stuck in the moment. The fuse wide open, stuck in the moment. The fuse wide open, stuck in the moment.
It's probably going to take me a little bit of time to get it the way I really like it. I might just kind of sit on the couch for a while and think about it as the kids get home from school, and they'll probably want to come down here and check it out. So I'll probably just brainstorm this afternoon, but before the end of this video, I will share with you what I end up doing. But I think we're on the right track. I really do. So anyways, now that we have the TV stand up or whatever, I kind of start focusing now on the restroom. I was waiting because I wanted to see what it all looked like before moving everything around. So I actually want to move that cubby right there, I think over to this area, more of like in the play area. I don't mind it there, but when I stand back and look and I see like 2 different wood tone furniture, it's kind of driving me a little bit crazy. And then I can bring my ottoman over or something like that. I don't know. I'm just going to move around furniture, and I promise you at the end of this video I will share with you kind of a walkthrough of everything and where we're at. I did just get a notification that the ottoman I ordered is shipped finally. Long story short, I ordered one, got it, opened it up, set it up, didn't like it. It just didn't match the vibe of the room. I feel like I'm going more towards like an industrial farmhouse look down here, and the one that I got, it was more maybe French country farmhouse, so it just wasn't doing it for me. So I did ship that back, and it wasn't a big deal at all. FedEx just picked it up, so that was really nice. And so now the new one that's coming is, I think, going to work a lot better for us. So that's exciting, but that won't be here till next week, so I won't be able to share that. So still lots of things to do down here, but now that we have like the main area in here, I feel like life can go on now. I can keep trying to figure the rest of it out. I did make some progress down in our family room, so I will share that with you after I make some dinner. But tonight I'm actually making one of the recipes that my mom used to make when I was little, and we all just loved it. It's called spaghetti pie, and I'm pretty sure I've shared a recipe or cooking video on it like years ago, but I have not made it in forever, and it just sounded really good. So I'm going to be cooking this tonight. I'm sure my mom is smiling right now watching this. Hi, Mom. But anyways, always a really good meal. So I will try to link down below either that recipe video or a link to the actual recipe. Okay, my friends, it is the next day. It got a little bit dark after dinner, and so I thought I would wait till the next day when it was full daylight to share with you kind of where we ended up with things down here. Now, I will say there are still some bare walls and spaces that need to get decorated and things that will definitely be changed out, but for now I'm just kind of using what we have. And we're gonna go from there. Like I mentioned, this isn't a space where I will be switching out decor seasonally like I do on our main floor. At least as of right now, that's not the plan. And so I just really wanna take my time and really love the pieces that I'm adding. Kind of like that bingo board, like things like that, that like I know like I will for sure have down here for a long time. So that's my plan, but it is feeling so like warm and cozy down here, and so many memories to be made. I will just kind of walk you through real life tour. There's cars all over the floor. We were down here this morning a little bit. So yeah, let's just walk through real quick and I'll give you kind of the final tour for today's video anyways, not the final. Real life tour going on right here. Cars and Hot Wheels. The boys were down here before I put them down for the nap, and they said, don't touch our cars. So I'm going to leave it, but that's, I mean, what I expect it to look like pretty much all of the time, because we've been just loving being down here. So let them be little, right? But anyways, I did go ahead and move the piece that was over here. I switched some things around. So I moved the toy storage ottoman thing for now over here. Now I'm a little bit uncertain what this area will hold as we get into spring and summer when the egg chair goes outside. We've been tempted to get another one just because we have been really enjoying it down here, and it's going to be sad actually to put it outside. But anyways, that's how that's looking right now. And then kind of over in this toy area, what I did was I moved that cube organizer up against the couch so that espresso color kind of blends in and it doesn't stand out as much anymore. And it's also really nice if you're sitting in that corner spot, then you have a place to like put your drink or whatever you have with you. So kind of like a little table too in itself. So we've been really liking this. Now this organizer actually used to be up in our front coat closet. So didn't cost us any money to move that down, and we have instant toy storage down here. This is a Lego table that a family member built for us, but we've had that for a few years now. But I finally bought chairs to go with the table, and they've been using it like a lot more now. But these cute little chairs are from Hobby Lobby. I forgot to share them in my decor haul yesterday, or I guess it was a few days ago when you watched it. But they're so cute. They were only like $27 for these adorable little chairs, and all of the kids fit in them, which is kind of surprising. So yeah, they play school, cars. It's kind of a Hot Wheel table right now. They play a lot of animals, all kinds of stuff. My dad actually hooked us up with some blinds. I could not get a hold of any here locally. They never had our size in stock. And I saw that his store had them. They had 3 left. I'm like, Dad, can you please run to your store and pick these up for us? So he did that. So now all the windows down here have white blinds, and they look really good. We still need to like trim them out, whatever, but we'll do that sometime. I did move my barn print from Kirkland's down here. This was upstairs in the living room, but during the Christmas time, I actually had it hanging down here, and I just found that I missed it. It's like the perfect size for between these windows. So I moved it back down here. Now I have a blank space upstairs I need to figure out what I'm going to do with, but I think that's just how things go. It's kind of a never-ending process of decorating. But this right here is probably one of my favorite views, because you can see like the entertainment center and the couch and just all of the nice things without toys in it, I guess. But I did settle on some decor on these shelves, so let me share that with you. I went and borrowed this picture frame. It's kind of hard to see with the light on. That was from Decor Steals, but it's on like a little stand. So I borrowed that from a room. And then on my stacked books, I think I'm going to end up putting a candle on here. Just need to find a pretty one that will work. And then down here, I left everything as is. I just added a little like dollar spot plant that I had, a little skinny plant. I don't know that it looks okay, but we're gonna go with it for now. I have a feeling I'm going to go out this weekend to maybe just like some local antique stores and try to find some unique pieces to add. But I didn't really touch this shelf. I just really am happy with it. I still need to dust. I was just so excited to decorate. And then this, I guess on the bottom shelf, I didn't share this with you yet. I just added a book with one of my plants that I already had from last year. But I think, you know, simple, cute. It doesn't need to be overly decorated because then it will feel cluttered. Now I am struggling with what to put up top here. I put up a garland, but it just seemed too busy. So I'm not quite sure if I want to put anything on the top. I'm sure at some point I will, but if you have any ideas or if you have one of these, let me know how you decorate it. I would like to add more family photos, so maybe those could go up there, but like I said, I don't want it to feel too cluttered. And then I do think I like this color basket for the shelves because it kind of ties in with that ottoman a little bit, and I'm kind of all about same colors and tying in the different spaces together. So now I need to find baskets that will fit in those cubbies. But I have like photo albums, DVDs, video game stuff, and what else? CDs even in some of these drawers. It fits lots in here, and we still have lots to grow, so that's always exciting. And then over here on the sectional, you can see all my pillows that I just shared in my decor haul. I love the striped ones from Target and my Stay Well. I may get one more pillow for the corner. The thing is they all end up on the floor when the kids come down here, so I might just leave it as is. But the ottoman that I'm getting will have storage, so all the blankets can go in the ottoman, so that will be nice, so not all of them need to be out. Okay, and so one more question. So let me know on the top of this. And then my other question, I'm deciding between lamps. So I have had these same lamps. These used to be upstairs for maybe 9 years or so. Long time. But they have like a mercury glass base with a burlap shade. Now to me, it's not like really farmhouse. Like it's kind of glam. And I'm not really a glam decorator. I love them though. So I'm kind of going between keeping these lamps, this, And then I did grab one to try over here. And I went with a clear base. This is from Target, by the way. I've been obsessed with Target recently. But it's a clear base, which I thought was great since it's kind of right in the middle of the room. So let me know which lamp you like better. It has a really nice textured shade. So do you like the new Target lamps? I only got one. I need to get another one. Or do you like the mercury glass? I have the toughest time figuring out my lamps. I am so picky. I've already returned, I think, 2 different ones. Not much has changed over in this corner though. With the exception, I did have to slide my bingo sign down a little bit so it was level or equal with the table here. We did have to shift things down just a little bit because of the entertainment center. But anyways, I decorated this 3-tiered tray with just a bunch of random things in my stash. And on the top in my cloche, I've had these little bingo chips from Amazon. I think they're used for crafting, but I thought they were so fun and go with the bingo sign. So now I've kind of been inspired to do like a game theme tiered tray, like dice and just other things. I've seen some really cute things. So I will probably share that here sometime soon. I can start collecting things now that I know. And then over here, I'm still torn, and you guys were all so kind to me saying you loved the blue table over here, but I still don't know about it. I'm gonna live with it for a while and see. I'm not in a rush to change it out or anything like that, but we'll just have to, I guess, see how the cards fall. But I did add my little sign that I also shared from Kirkland's on this table. Not much has changed back in the guest room, so I don't even need to really go in there for now, but as things arrive or I decorate, I will definitely make sure to share those. This is one big blank wall that I'm looking to fill as well. I'm thinking or envisioning like a piece of artwork, a large piece of artwork. I'll just know it when I see it, I think. So that's going to stay empty for now, but I'll find something, I know. I'm not too worried about it. So things are slowly coming together day by day. Things are changing and getting updated down here, but thank you for following along on the journey with me. I appreciate all your kind words and your comments and all of that. It means so much to us. But I think that's going to be it for today's video. Let me know on the top of the TV stand as well as the lamps which ones you prefer. They're very similar, yet just a little bit different at the same time. And so, yeah, I can't decide. So anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you back here on Monday for some Valentine's Day decorating. It is finally time. All right, bye-bye.